Hi, this is the Committee University Service Screen tutorial in digital measures. On your Activities Database main menu, scroll down and click on in the service section on the PNWU Committee University Service hot link to open the submenu. The 2014-15 committee attendance hours should have already been entered for you. We uploaded that data a couple of months ago. And so take a look at the activities that you already have listed there. And what you'll want to do with those activities that have already been uploaded is go ahead and click on the edit icon, which is the little pencil next to each activity, to take a look at the information that's been entered. You should see the number of hours spent this academic year in the committee meetings. This was an uploaded number. However, approximate number of additional hours spent in service to the committee should be blank for you if you haven't put that number in yet. So what you want to do is go in there and then estimate the approximate number of hours that you spent outside of the committee preparing or doing additional work for that committee for the year. So go ahead and put that number in. And then also you want to go down to the start and end date section. When we uploaded the data, we put in July 1, 2014, and we put in the end date of June 30, 2015. However, if this is a committee that you're going to continue to be a part of for this next 15-16 academic year, then you're going to want to blank out the end date so that it'll show then that the date is July 1, 2014 to present. And so what you'll do is, if you have a month in here, like I said, it would probably be June, just go ahead and pick this blank at the top above January, and that will blank out the month. And then you just have to highlight the date that's there, click the delete button, and highlight the year that's there, click the delete button. And then you can save and return. And when you do that, then it will change your date to say, to look just like this, to say the July 1, 2014 to present. Also, if this is a committee that you have participated in for many years, you can also change the year to reflect when you actually started in this committee. So, because we're just starting in digital measures this academic year, we put in this academic year as the start. But in reality, you may have been in that committee for, a long time already. And so go ahead and change the year to reflect when you actually started working in that committee. And the reason that you want to do that is because then on your CV, you'll have the right start date and year on your CV as well. So that's fine to change that. And you'll want to go through and do that edit function for every committee that is in your activities menu. Additionally, there may be some other committees or activities that you've done from a university level that aren't on this list. They aren't an official committee with a charter, but they are activities that you've participated in. I added some examples of what that might look like. It could be COM student admissions interviews, COM student club advisor, PNWU search committees, so faculty and staff employment, which would include the interview process, academic department meetings, administrative department meetings, or COM academic advising. And so what you'll want to do, if any of these activities that you've participated in also you'd like to add those, click on that Add a New Item, and then it'll open up this window blank. And so there are those things that I just gave you as a reference are actually in this drop down. So here's academic department meetings, so you would just choose that and then follow through with all of these questions. Administrative department meetings, here is the COM academic advising. So just choose that activity, and then you would estimate how many hours you spent for the year of 14-15 advising students. Let's see, admissions committee. So some faculty members, we were able to get the admissions committee hours for. Many of the staff we were not. So if you did participate in student admissions, actually I'm sorry, I meant admissions interview. If you did participate in any of the admissions interviews, and you don't see that activity listed in your activities submenu already, then go ahead and choose this item and then estimate how many hours that you spent in that activity. Also, we have student club advisor, sponsor. I know there are a lot of faculty that take on that role, and so this is where if you are a student club advisor or sponsor for multiple clubs, I would probably just choose this activity one time and then add up all of the hours that you spend advising for all of the clubs. And then, let's see, what else did we have in here? Oh, and then of course, you always have the other option as well. So if you don't find it on this list, go ahead and choose other and then just type in that. Anything that you feel is university service, you can put in here. You're going to then choose your position and role. And again, if you don't see an appropriate role from this list, you can choose other and then add, type in that other. So I'm just going to choose one so that I can. Oh, actually, maybe I did see that. Oh, there we go, faculty advisor. I'm just pretending like I'm, let's just do PNWU Com. Academic advising. Okay, so I'm just putting in an academic advising. And then the number of hours spent, so, and maybe another hour for each hour of activity I did with prep. And again, you want to make sure that you put in a start and an end date, or I mean at least a start or an end date. So it doesn't have to be the day, but it has to be a month and a year. So I could say maybe I started this July 1 of 2012. Maybe I've been an academic advisor for several years now. So I can click Save and Return. And now that activity is there. Now keep in mind that when I put my hours into that activity, I'm just estimating how many hours I spent during this last academic year, the 14-15. So even though my dates are saying, that I started this activity, I've been a club advisor, or an academic advisor for, the last 3 years, I'm just putting in my estimated hours for this last 1 year. So I just wanted to point that out. So now that I have that activity there, which is right here, if I want to delete this activity, then all I have to do is check that box. So right now up here at the top I have a delete icon, but I can't do anything with it. It's grayed out. But as soon as I click on that checkbox, that delete icon becomes prominent and I can actually delete that activity. Another thing that you want to keep in mind, so if I click the delete button, I'll just do that. It's going to ask me, am I sure I want to delete that record? And if I say okay, then that record will be gone. Now, if you have another activity, for instance, that maybe is similar to one that you've done in the past, you can actually just make a copy. So like for instance, here's comm admissions interviews. If I choose to make a copy, I can just click on this copy icon and it will open up a copy of this activity. Maybe the dates are similar, maybe the hours are similar. I don't know, but it may be easier for you to just make a copy and then just change the activity name to whatever it is that that it should be. So I can change that activity name, click Save and Return, and maybe it's an activity that I'm going to continue to be in. So I can blank that month out, blank out the day, blank out the year, click Save and Return. And now it's added administrative department meetings to the top, and it's changed my date to July 1/14 to present. So that's how you would make a copy of something, and then you can just go in and edit it to be what it is that you want. But again, I'm going to delete this because it's not an actual activity that I've done. And that gets rid of it, and then I'm back to the activities that I have. Anyway, so that's how you can add, edit, copy, and delete activities in your PNWU committee university service screen. If you have any questions regarding this screen or any of the other screens and digital measures, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. Thanks for viewing.